Hi YouTube, it's me Caitlin, and I am just making this video today in response to a comment left by Lex Thomas. The comment says, "Congrats on your surgery. Thank you. I hope you don't find my next question invasive. I'm just curious to know. From one big girl to another, do you think that events in your life caused you to become overweight, or have you always been overweight?" I'm kind of glad you asked me this question because it's actually a little bit of both, I think. So I've been overweight for as long as I can remember. Always. But I do think that some of the events in my life have caused me to get to the point of which I need my weight loss surgery. As a kid, I've always yo-yoed with my weight. I was never a small girl. I was always the larger kid on the playground. But I guess I'll tell you my story. When I was 11 years old, my dad went overseas to Iraq and Afghanistan, and I was scared. I was a little girl, and my mom, she worked nights at a hospital, so she was sending me to go spend the night with this person and spend the night with that person, aunts, uncles, grandmothers, and everything. And eventually I just got tired of doing that every night. So I finally asked her if I could start staying at my house by myself. And it took some convincing, but she finally let me. And I think this is kind of where it all began, because once I started staying by myself and taking care of myself at nighttime, pretty much at 11, I began cooking for myself, and it wasn't healthy food. Most of the time she would just buy me, she would send me to the grocery store and she would say, "Okay, get your food," because you gotta cook it. So I would pick out microwavable stuff and oven pizzas and junk food and stuff that was easy to cook for myself. So my unhealthy eating habits kind of started there. And my dad was gone from the time that I was 11 till the time I was 15 or 16. I rarely got to speak to him, and I was a big daddy's girl. I really got to speak to him because over there it's daytime when it's night here, and it's nighttime when it's day here. So I don't know if I said that. Well, vice versa. And then my dad was hurt overseas, and he was sent home. He is okay now. He just has had to have surgery on both of his knees now. But he's okay. So I'm happy to have my father home. And over the time, not only when he was gone, I was eating very unhealthily, but I was just very sad, and it caused me just to eat more, and I just never learned how to eat correctly. And then another thing that probably I would say added on to my excessive weight is I'm an emotional eater. I eat my emotions. I really do. And this past year, in 2011, I gained about 60 pounds in 5 months. The events that led up to that were on July 17th, my cousin was killed in a car accident, and I was really close to him, so that kind of set it off. And then shortly after, on August the 5th, my home of 18 years burned down. Nobody was hurt, thankfully. I was at the neighbor's house, and my dad was inside with my dog, and my friend was in the swimming pool, or in our swimming pool, but he got my dad out of the house and my dog, and my mom was at work, so I'm grateful for that. But my house burnt down. I was very emotional. We lived in a hotel for a little while, and till we found a rent house, and then I moved away to go to college. That's another thing. Moving away from home for the first time. Never done that. And then I moved 2.5 hours away. So it was really emotional. And then about 3 or 4 days after my house burnt down, my best friend, 10 years, his mother passed away from cancer. So it was a really emotional time of my life this past summer. So from about August to December, I gained about 60 pounds, and I think why I did that was because I was so overwhelmed with emotions and everything just happening back to back like that. So it's kind of scary, you know. I can't really but I mean, I can't blame all of my weight on the events that have happened in my life, because I know that I have control over my life, and I could have taken, you know, control over it any time. But like, I'm not gonna do this, I'm gonna be healthy. But I didn't. I let it go too far. So it is my fault, you know. Shame on me. Slap on the wrist. But do I think that the events in my life have added on a couple of pounds? Yes, because of the person I am. I'm an emotional eater. But I have always been overweight, and I'm now looking to take control of my life because I'm ready now. I'm ready for a change. So I hope I answered your question, and thank you for asking it. And you know, if you have any more questions, please ask them. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys later.